United is, it's supposed to be top tier. That's what it's been for me throughout growing up from young. It's always they were the best, and like nowadays, Man United is just
Obviously, I think. Do you know what it is? I think if we look back at the past managers, I think in hindsight, I think Alex Ferguson is kicking himself that he gave the job to David Moyes, because again, we're giving these lower tier managers a chance to manage a high caliber team in it, or a high caliber club in it. Now, for me, like I said in the barbershop today, I was in a barbershop and I said, Ole Gunnar Solskjær, and no disrespect to grassroots coaches or managers, but Ole Gunnar Solskjær is a grassroots coach managing on the big stage. That's what he is. Like, so Sunday's game, everyone can be like, Pogba started. My question is, why is Pogba starting? Pogba didn't do a pre-season. He didn't have any pre-season games. Pogba was self-isolating, having for what was it, 10 days, because he had corona. Yeah. So why is he starting when there was Van der Beek, who was training with the squad, also was still training with the national team, had a pre-season game, and was, I think, when I watched that game as well against Aston Villa, he made the difference. You could see that he was getting about, he was doing his thing, he was trying to make passes tick. Now, my thing is, why would you start someone that isn't fit over a man that is fit, or who can play at least? Because long and behold, when he came on, it was him that got the goal. So for Solskjær to now come out today and say Luton is a tough game is absolutely horrendous, and I can't support that. That's not my manager anyway. I need Solskjær gone today, this second, this minute, because like I'm trying to say, like, we've given David Moyes the job. That's a man that who isn't good, who's not a good manager. We all know this, and he fumbled who's fumbling now actually at West Ham. Do you understand? So, I mean, we're giving these kind of managers chances to make a name for themselves, but they can't make a name for themselves because they are not that kind of manager. So my thing is, go and get Poch. I need Poch. Now, obviously, Poch, the reason why I say go and get Poch, yes, I know that Poch hasn't won anything.
No, I agree with you. I actually agree with you.
That Poch hasn't won anything, and I get that. But tactically, Poch is very good. You know what I'm trying to say? He knows what he wants in his formation or what he's trying to get out of in a game. I do not think that Solskjær knows what he wants to get across to the Man United players. That is my thing. I think there was one thing that my friend sent to me in the group chat of Solskjær putting his head down. And that just sums up Ole Gunnar Solskjær. That sums him up. This is a man who doesn't know what he's doing. And he is showing this on live. He's showing this on live television that he doesn't have the foggiest clue. Now, I can sit here as a Man United fan and rant and rave and shout, but everyone knows the truth. Ole Gunnar Solskjær, like I've been saying, is not the guy. He's not the man. Yeah. And the sooner that the board understand that, the better it will be for United to move in the right direction. And also, the sooner that the board understands that Ed Woodward is not the guy to get these deals done, the better. Because we're not getting deals done fast enough. And we're now coming into the league with no depth in squad.
When you're saying like deals done, because I was listening to Talk Sport and was it Simon Jordan? He was just like, a lot of people are going at Woodward, a lot of people going at Solskjær, but there's a lot that goes behind closed doors in order to get a deal done. For example, let's look at the Bell situation. Look how long it's taken for Bell to be put on loan or whatever. They're still organising or still talking and everything.
Didn't that Bell deal get done within a week or two?
Well, we don't know, innit? We don't know.
Well, okay. Well, I can only take what's been given to me. The facts are, last week, it was on notice that Gareth Bale wanted to go, leave Madrid, yeah? So last week, Tottenham made a bid for their left back and Gareth Bale on loan. That got done within a few days. Now, Chelsea have just signed 7 players in this transfer window. They've just signed a goalkeeper. So I need to know, what are the difficulties?
I will say though, I think the difference with a lot of them is that Man United aren't willing to do what the other club wants. So like, say with Reguilon on the left back for Spurs, Man United didn't want to buy back clause. Spurs said fine. Same thing with Bale. I think it was the whole situation again with the wages and the loan, the way they did it. I think that also just helped because Spurs actually did get Reguilon. They were fine working out with the Bale stuff because they didn't really want him. Same thing with most of the Chelsea deals. Chelsea weren't haggling. The club asked for something. Chelsea said yes, and it was done. I think with Man United, it's a case of the haggling. So, what's it called? Like Sancho, which I still think could still happen. It'll be like a thing. But Dortmund want something. They told you exactly what they wanted or what they want. They're not changing what they want. It's there for everyone to see. If you want Sancho, this is exactly what you want. Man United aren't doing that. They keep changing it up, trying to change up the deal, trying to do different things, which is not what Dortmund wants. Same thing that happened with Reguilon. You were in for him. You probably would have got him if you did the whole put the buyback clause into the deal. You didn't want to do that. Fair enough. Clubs have different reasons for it, so it is what it is. That didn't happen. Same thing, even with the Telles thing happening at the moment. Realistically, that's I don't think it's even that expensive. But the way that Man United don't want to pay it, the way I think Porto, he has Porto, they want a certain amount. Man United are trying to be kind of weird about what they want to pay now or how they want to structure it rather than just paying like what they want. So it's a case of if Man United really want it, they could just do what the other club is asking for, which obviously business is business. So obviously it's a case of, is it worth it? But if you're actively going out in the press or leaking information to the press that you want certain things happening and you're actively going against doing that, then it's like a case of it just seems a bit of stupidity. Also, I think there's a similarity in with the Arsenal slow deals and with the Man United slow deals. Because if you notice, like, we just bought this, I don't know where it's from, but the keeper, I think, is from the French league.
Yeah.
That was literally within a day. It was quick. Because obviously, I think because it was like, it was cheap money, we need a keeper, it's done. Whereas the other deals that were heavily linked with the hours and the parties, it's a whole different thing because the club have to negotiate things. So it's all a case of, like, realistically, the party thing could be done if Arsenal just pay the release clause. Obviously, we can't do that.
Yeah.
So we're trying to figure out ways to do it. We probably will eventually do it, but obviously that's why it is. So realistically, party could have been done earlier if we had the finances up front to do it. We can't. Same thing with Aouar. Also, the fact that we haven't let anyone go. Same with Man United, you haven't let anyone go. So all this is taken up. So a lot of it is a case of both squads are so big, a lot of dead wood in it, but it's a big squad. And so in order to bring stuff in, other crap needs to be sent out. But the issue with Arsenal and United is that we've given these players who are not good contracts, and so no one wants to take it on.
But this is the same Luke Shaw said on Sunday.
I didn't even mention Luke Shaw.
No, but obviously you're saying that United's team is big, yeah. But it's the same Luke Shaw that came out on Sunday saying that we need more players. So I need to know.
He's not being specific, isn't it?
But we need more players. That's what it is. We need more players. Clearly we do, because we have deadwood, like Lola's saying. Like we have deadwood in Jones,
Smalling,
Rojo. Yeah. Look the list is long. So my thing is that we have a lot of players that are for me personally, I feel like someone like Mata can still do us service, but it is the way we have allowed him to rot. I think that Man United have, to a degree, disrespected Mata, because everyone knows who Mata is, in it. Like, Mata is still a baller, but I don't know why nothing has really worked with Mata. Because me personally, I think Mata could have been a very important player in this United team, but that's neither here or there now. But again, let's try and get deals done early. Yes, everyone knows that deals might be hard to do and stuff like that. But when I'm looking at other clubs, your Leeds, Leeds, West Brom, who else? Everton, Wolves. All of these people, they are making signings.
Yeah, Wolves got what, Semedo yesterday.
Yeah, but these clubs
no,
are all.
It doesn't. No, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. A club's a club. No, it doesn't matter, Lola. Honestly, it doesn't matter, because if all of these lower clubs are getting players, and then we go to Chelsea. Chelsea have got 7 players in one transfer window. One.
They're willing to just pay what the other.
It doesn't matter. No, Lola. It doesn't matter. We see when you're in a dire situation like United are in right now, because like I'm trying to say, it is not any secret. Every man and his dog knew that Jadon Sancho was coming to Man United. Everyone knew that United was interested in Jadon Sancho. So why didn't you go and pay the fees? Because at the end of the day, it's not like to say Jadon Sancho is a 30-year-old winger. The guy is 20 years old, for goodness sake. So that could be a good 5 years or more that we could have a sick winger.
I was going to say that it's also slightly similar. So take Liverpool, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Before the whole Thiago and Jota and things happened during the week, if you noticed, a lot of their fans were getting pissed off because nothing was happening. But then you notice what happened, they ended up selling a bunch of their players slowly, and then literally within that same period that they sold people, they brought people in. It's literally a case of a lot of the bigger clubs have stuff in the way that in order to get stuff in, they need to remove the others. So you've got a lot of Liverpool are like selling off like that Hoover kid. They're trying to get rid of Brewster. I think they have or they haven't. I can't remember who else they've got. Like a bunch of these other like either odd ones or younger ones they've managed to remove out, and then that's literally when the Thiago happened, the Jota happened. It's literally a case of literally when they left. Same thing with Wolves. When people left is when they start to bring people in. Because they were getting Wolves fans, if you notice, when they were after Ainsley Maitland-Niles, a lot of them were annoyed because they were like, you sold off Doherty and nothing's happening. But then slowly they started to get rid of people, and then people start to come in.
Now remember last week when we were talking about Liverpool, like you were saying, and I said, if Liverpool do not add to their squad, it might get peak for them. Yeah. And what did Liverpool go and do? This week they added 2 man.
And then removed people as well. So you see it balanced.
I hear what you're saying, but I think that the kind of money and the kind of club that United are, clearly they're throwing out peas right, left and centre. Clearly, they're just giving people peas for free, innit? So my thing is, let me tell you a player that was supposed to be linked with United, that striker at Everton. Do you think I want that striker? Yes. I want him where United's top. When I have no. Listen to why I'm saying this. When I have Igalo wearing that number 25 shirt, I don't need another striker like that coming in.
Better than Igalo. He's way better than Igalo.
Let me tell you something. I put Calvin Lewin and Igalo on the same platform. That's just me being very honest. Like, yeah, the guy might be younger, but I'm putting them on the same platform just because that I'm seeing him score a hat-trick in one game. I'm not too convinced.
That's taking liberties. He's better than that.
He's still got a lot to prove. I get you, but is that because I know like you're talking about the financial side. You're both talking about the financial side, but what about when people are talking about a manager's pool? You know, having a good strategy, having a plan. When you mentioned all these teams seem to have a 3 to 5 year plan.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean? And when you look at Man United, you don't see that, which I know that we've raised it before, but you don't see it. And it's like, for me, as a player, am I going to go to Man United or am I going to go to Chelsea where I'm seeing Lampard, where he's talking and he's making sense? Or when I see Arsenal and Arteta's talking and he's thinking about the longevity of the team and leaving a legacy and, building a squad to take cups. And then you've got, or to win cups, trophies. Then you've got Ollie, who's just... Ollie
is, let me tell you something that Ollie's doing, and I know for a fact he's doing this. Yeah, I'm just, in my head, I believe that he's doing this. All he's doing is pitching, man, the history of the United club. That's the only thing that he's doing. That's what I'm telling you, that he's only pitching that. I don't think he's pitching to players what he can offer as a man and as a manager.
He's definitely not.
Something. Ole Gunnar Solskjær cannot offer no player nothing as a manager apart from being a number 2 and saying, let me be your number 2, come and chat to me. Because strategically, it's horrendous. It's terrible.
I was going to say that because, like, just club alone, like club size alone, like if we're just purely ignoring the manager, ignoring whatever, if club for size and everything, Man United is the biggest. Like, Paul, like, if it's like I'm just going to take a random person, Thiago. You put in a line for it in front of him, Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal. Purely clubs, just nothing else happened, no trophy, whatever. Purely clubs. Man United is obvious option. Now, where the difference is now coming is...
Years ago, maybe.
It's literally a case of, to add on to that, manager-wise, Klopp has a clear... You know what he's going to do. You know what he's aiming for. So that's pulling him in there. Chelsea, whether or not we rate or trust what's happened, Lampard's ability, you kind of see what he wants to do as well. You see the backing and what's happening there. Even with Arsenal, whether or not we're not challenging for the title, you know what Arteta's trying to do. He's got a plan in place, like you said earlier. You know what he wants to do. He said he's been very kind of obvious, but even in-game management, the way he plays and what he's trying to do and what he wants to do for the future. With Ollie, I think, like you said, he's not pitching the future. He's pitching the past. He's pitching what Man United is, the history of Man United, all these things that are brilliant. Like, obviously, you can't ignore Man United as Man United, but he's not pitching what he wants to do in the future, I think. I feel like he's pitching what's in the past. Because I've heard that, like, with the Jude Bellingham situation, like, it wasn't a thing of, like, having, like, Fergie and a bunch of, and Nicky Butt and all these men to go and speak to him. And realistically, this kid is how old? He may know who these men are, but he doesn't care. Like, you're not...
Look at what Ola has just said. She said, Ole Gunnar Solskjær, what's going to get Sir Alex Ferguson and Nicky Butt. Nicky Butt!
It's like...
Nicky Butt!
That's not doing anything for him. And he chose...
Nicholas Butt! Whatever his name is. Whatever. Nicky Butt.
It's like, it's a case of...
To come and say what? To come and say what? To a 17-year-old kid?
There's no faith in Ollie. I think, like... I don't see what he's doing. There's no, at least from what I'm watching, whenever I watch Man United, I don't see a clear pattern of play. There's a clear confusion happening. Like, nothing realistically I see has happened to say, oh, if Man United get Sancho and this, it's going to be, you can see exactly what's going to happen. It's going to slot in perfectly. I don't see that. I see Sancho doing decent, but nothing that's going to, like, drastically change Man United because nothing else is really going to be coached into them. I feel like it's just going to be free for them.
It'll be a mistake for Sancho to go, you know.
Oh, it would. He's better off waiting a year and then having the pick of clubs.
The last thing that I will say on this before we move on to the next one now is that I agree with everything that you're saying. And the thing is about Ole Gunnar Solskjær is that I feel like he's trying to rely on individuals to do individual brilliance in a game. I don't think he's trying to do this team thing. Like, yeah, you're trying to do the team thing in terms of morale and getting spirits up, but where you're being found out is at training, where you don't really know what you want man to do for you. That's where he's being found out.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like Emery.
Yeah.
All the Emery was purely a case of luck and try Aubameyang get me out of the situation. That's literally what it was.
Soon enough, Van der Beek's gonna think, what has Van der Sar brought me to? But let's be honest about this situation. that Van der Beek deal is only because Van der Sar is Bedrins.
And also because the Real Madrid one fell through.
Yeah. So, or whatever one it is. So either way, we've got Van der Beek on a mate's rates, to be honest. And we've given him to somebody who doesn't know anything. So Van der Beek's gone from tiki-taka football to no man's land now. Okay, cool.
It's true. It's true. Man United is like that, the uncle that goes to the club. You know, uncle that goes look for uni rave. He's trying to draw a young team. He's got bare money, but he just can't get nothing.
Man United Westwood. Old man there, like big man. You couldn't be it.
No, it's true, man.